funny hearing people complain about their rights being taken away, but then they want to stand up for the police departments. And I'm not saying that I want the police departments defunded, and I don't want open season called on all police officers. That's not what I'm saying at all. We obviously need the police. But when people are complaining about their rights being taken away, who do you think are enforcing the laws that are taking away your rights? It sure isn't your grandma. Some of y'all need to wake up.
There was a 7-year-old girl. Not being serious now. There was a 7-year-old girl. She got shot last weekend in Chicago, sitting in a drive-thru at a McDonald's. That shit had me playing the violin. I'm gonna be honest. I was playing violin for that. That whole situation is sad. Now I hear people talking about it. Nobody's talking about this. That's because, like I told you once before, the gun control agenda doesn't apply to that. What happened in that situation? The dad, the person who that was designed, who was the bullets were for, the dad, that 7-year-old child's dad, was a vice lord. I know half of y'all don't know what a vice lord is. I don't know. You can look it up. You can Google it. He was a vice lord. The bullets was for him. His daughter caught 6 of them, and he caught 1 of them. He lived. His daughter didn't. And that's fucked up. Put yourself in that position. You in a drive-thru. You got a car in front of you, and you got a car behind you. You see a car stop down yonder, right? You see a car pull up and stop down yonder. 2 dudes hop out with blowers, with blower motors. And then what's even more fucked up is you lived through it, and you look in the back seat and your daughter's just slumped over, dead. She's dead. She don't exist no more. She did not get her happy meal. Your daughter's dead. It's fucked up, but that's on that, man. This is why I say, man, look, that gang banging shit, that shit not worth it. Everybody want to be a super gangster until some gangster shit happen. So if you want to do weird shit, like go piss on your ops' graves and shit, and go defecate on some shit and disrespect them people, dead homies, understand there's consequences to that shit. There's consequences. There's nothing else to be said about that situation. That was some gang shit. That was gang related. That's why I don't even talk on that. Like, I don't talk on gang related shit, because that shit gang related. And there's no law. The media is not going to keep this in the news, because there's no law that can keep gang members from shooting the shit out of gang members. So there's no need for them to pursue it. That's why I was telling y'all in one of my older lives, they go after people. They said 75% of the shootings that they show you, mass shootings, were done with legally obtained weapons. Because they're coming for the law-abiding citizens. They're not coming for me, people like me, the gang members. They don't give a, you know what the media knows? They know it ain't shit they can do about guns on the street. They not worried about that. 7-year-old girl died. That's sad, but we can't push an agenda behind it, because the people that shot the shit out of that 7-year-old girl weren't supposed to have guns in the first place. So we're on to the next story. This is what the media does. And the people in that Chicago community, you had some grown men. They were out. They want to put a bag on dude's head. They want to protect the community. But the problem is, you already let the devil in with gun control and deciding who and who can't have a gun. Now, Chicago It's one of the hardest places to go get a gun legally. So it makes it harder for a law-abiding citizen to protect and defend their neighborhood in that type of environment. So when you have that type of environment like that, and it's hard to get a gun because of gun control laws and shit, you can't even get an airsoft gun. You can't even get BB guns sent to Chicago. And when it's like that, it creates an atmosphere for which the gangs run the neighborhood. And then we got the police. The police don't even go in some of these neighborhoods. Like, I need y'all to understand this type of shit. They don't even go in some of these neighborhoods. So, for real, gun laws and when they talk about gun control and making it harder for people to get guns, it don't affect the people that shoot the shit out of 7-year-old girls, because they still got guns. Shooting little kids is illegal as fuck. They didn't care. They wanted to wet up everybody in that car. But it makes it harder for stand-up men to defend their neighborhood, to defend their areas. So, I mean, that's all I'm saying. Like, this shit has been designed against you. There's nothing you can do in a situation like that, because the gangs are going to do what gangs do. You going to have the BDs and GDs over there killing each other under the 6. The ones over here, the 2 6s, the Latin Kings, the Vice Lords, the People's Nation, killing each other. I mean, that's why I shout out the Latin Kings. They kept niggas out their neighborhood. They was like, nah, y'all can't come here with that bullshit. Niggas wanted to riot. What was it, Little Village? Somebody corrected me in the car. Little Village, Chicago. It was like, nah, y'all can't come over here and destroy shit. And that's another thing. When I was talking about living in rural areas, like when your kids grow up with a sense of pride and ownership, hard work, and they're raised with values, you appreciate things a lot more. Whereas the city people, they like, oh yeah, fuck it, let's burn it. We're gonna burn this shit down, everything. That's because you put no work into the actual into the actual area, your neighborhood, your community. So you don't care. You quit to tell, oh, insurance will cover it. No, the fuck they won't. And a lot of that stuff has sentimental value that those people will never get back. But when you actually build and craft and grow, it gives you a wider appreciation for not only human life, but other people's things that they find value in. So if somebody starts a business in that city and you hear people talking reckless like that, oh yeah, we're going to burn this shit down. You're not going to want to do business in that city. So then what type of atmosphere does that create? Nobody is hiring in that city because the businesses are leaving that city. So now the youth and the youth is out there. We have nothing to do. So now we're killing each other because we have no community centers. Yeah, because when they put one up, all you niggas do is recruit for gangs, shoot niggas. Like, look at Baltimore. That's why that shit run down. The businesses are leaving that shit. Like, you don't want to deal. It's certain things that you can't get mad at these business owners for not wanting to keep their businesses in these fucking cities. And then that's going to make y'all situation worse. But people don't understand this because they never had to work hard for anything. Everything was always given to them. So it's kind of like when I talk about the prison, the parallels between a prison and a socialist society, which is what prison is. If you want to see socialism, just go to the ghettos. That's socialism. These niggas don't really have to work for nothing. Half of that shit in the ghettos is Section 8. I mean, you have to work to appreciate what real value is. If not, you're just gonna be a crybaby. He did me wrong. I want to burn it down. You know, you're gonna be one of them bitches. That's why I got the hell up out the city. The further away from the city I got, the more clear my mind got. The more I was able to create shit. the more ideas I had. It's like the city just cast a dark aura over me. Fucking spirit blocker. The fuck? That's all I'm saying. Like, and you're not gonna mediate no gang violence shit. Like, people been trying that shit. It may stop. They may throw a cookout and go to their favorite parks and shit. It may stop, but all it takes is one altercation or one misunderstanding, and then everybody's back to clicking up again. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop until, because it's the city. The cities. Listen, the cities. When I say it's a failed experiment, that's because humans have never lived like that before. Cities started popping up like within the last 200 years. Within the last 100 years, we started having cities. Before that, we were never living like that. We were farmers. All of us. Everybody found value in their own villages, huts, communities, whatever you want to call it. And that's how we lived. There was never no everybody come here, and then let's live on top of each other. Shit. I mean, it's sad. And it ain't nothing you can do. It's nothing you can do to prevent that type of violence from happening again. It's going to happen again. If you want to interview the father of that 7-year-old that got shot up, they don't want to do that because he's not going to call for gun control. You know what he going to do? Sir, you want a statement? You want to say something? But I can hear the ratchets being loaded up from all the way out this motherfucker, though. That's why I said it's so phony. Who gets shot and people gun control? Nah, nigga, we need more guns. We need more guns. Who? I don't know. That's one, y'all.